everyone, welcome back to another interview video on my channel. We're here at Epic yet again. Last time we only managed to do one interview, so I'm trying to do a few more this time. To kick it off, we've got Insight and we have Stokesy and Jaf. So lads, how are you doing? Welcome to the video. How does it feel to be back at LAN again?
It feels alright. You know, we'd rather be in VRL, but you know, this is a close second, I guess.
Stokesy?
Yeah, I think it's good. I love LAN, so you know that we get to do it again, and you know I think it'll be good.
I love seeing my friends. That's the best part.
Okay, so obviously you guys stuck together from the last time that you were here with E-Masters, and you mentioned it just a little bit there that you would prefer to be in challenges, of course. If we want to quickly go over that before we move on to everything else, what do you think the shortcomings were of your performance in the Beacon finals, and is there anything that you've worked on since then?
I think, you know, in both games we were just so close that we were just bottle jobs. You know, at the final hurdle we just didn't finish our dinner. That was it, really. I think going in, there's nothing really you can change. It's just more when the pressure's on, you've just got to be able to handle it better. That's it.
Yeah, I think I agree. Because we had so many roster changes, we were just struggling. We had nothing to fall back on. No fundamentals, no strats, nothing that we went over. So I think that was a problem. But yeah, I think we learned from it, so we'll be good this time.
And of course, as well, you stuck together as a two. How do you think that is, right, in terms of teams in this landscape? There are a lot of roster changes sometimes. You obviously have a good connection to want to keep that going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very critical of Stokesy as an IGL, but in terms of like VRC, he actually is a very good IGL for like, especially for this level. Like, he's probably the best IGL in the VALORANT like Beacon scene. I'm very critical, but he's definitely like wanting to improve, and he's definitely learning a lot. So I thought if anyone I'd want to play with, it would be Stokesy again.
Yeah, it was a snatch, to be fair. He had a trial for FMG, and they picked up MWC, what was just comical. So I was just like, oh, Jaf, you're going to have to come back to Daddy. And he did. And he did.
I was on my knees. It's unfortunate.
After that, he just needed me. So we thought we'd bring it back and we'd run it again.
I mean, Jaf, you had this whole narrative surrounding you coming into that finals as well, that you keep coming back to Polaris. So this one's got to stick, right?
I'm telling you, I will be back in BCL, Polaris, whatever. It's just the third time wasn't meant to be. I'll get there soon. It's fine. I'm better than most of these people. I'll be real. Like, these guys are shit. I've just got to like stay focused, do my routine, do university at the same time. And once that's all sorted out, I'll be fucking way past these guys.
The Pirate has more yet to plunder.
So much coming, like, I'll be real. Yeah.
So obviously it isn't just you guys on the team now, right? You picked up a couple of players from what was GigaHub previously at this event, Jamie's and co. You picked up Anguist from that team and Ego as well. How are you feeling with the new additions? What were some of the decisions behind it? Yeah.
Okay, so Giga Shit had two good players and we got both of them. And Anguist is probably the best players in Beacons, like in terms of mechanical skills. So we picked him up, and it's kind of free. Like, there's no better player we could have got. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna drop about 530 bombs tomorrow. It's gonna be disturbing.
Yeah. So literally, the only team that could consistently beat us was GigaHub. So we thought, who were the best players on their team? And we're like, Ego, Anguist, we'll take them. Yeah. So we just took them, and to be fair, they're just insane fragging power. Something that we were probably missing out on last split. So it'll help us like way better. Like if we're in a hole like it was against Vamanos, we got some boys that can pick us up this time and help us. So I think they bring a lot to the team.
I might just break the fourth wall, break the fourth dimension right now. Anguist, would you feel comfortable coming? No, not on the video at all. Okay, never mind. I was just about to...
He's the Grim Reaper. He's silent and deadly.
Yeah. Nobody even knows what he looks like, right? Nobody has any idea. I was going to say, because I'm thinking back to last Epic, you had Luzza and Anguist sort of parallels, I think, in a way, when it came to the final as well. Now that we aren't in that chamber meta anymore, how's that sort of played on how you guys have set up?
Also, I want to say I'm glad that all these chamber-abusing people are gone, okay? Chamber's the most toxic and stupid agent in the game, and I'm glad he's gone. Frankly, Anguist can play other agents, but there's some people, they have no career now that Chamber's nerfed. But we've definitely adapted to it. It's helped our team way more having no Chamber, because we didn't have a Chamber before, and we prefer Killjoy and Cypher, so it works way more in our favor. And there's no one here, like, Lozza was amazing on Chamber, and there's nobody here that was as good as him and efficient, so it should be way easier.
Stokesy?
Yeah, I think Chamber being gone's way better for us. Anguist has picked up the other two agents so easy. To put him and Luzza in the same bracket, I would say is a bit funny. Luzza's got way more experience, but I feel like Anguist is 10 times the player he will ever be. So he's just got to show that potential because he's got it in him. So I'm sure he can show it.
I mean, you guys have already talked quite a bit about some of the people on other teams and whatnot and sent out a few statements. I could probably pick from like 10 different clickbait titles at this point in time as to what I wanted to call this video. But are there any rivalries specifically that you're looking to spark up again coming into this event?
I will be 100% honest. If you name a roster, I could not name all 5 players from any team. The only people I want to play against is Bullying because he's my friend. Everyone else is just bombs.
Stokesy?
You got some good players from old Beacon's team, but like nothing really that like can rival us. Like Click got second seed, but they're just like a makeshift of players. They're all playing out of role, no firepower. They got Kurt on duelist. I don't think he's ever played duelist before. So it'd be interesting. Like the thing at this level, like anyone can make an upset. Anyone can have a bad game. So for us, like, you know, we're a bit cocky. We want to make a bit of a storyline for Beacons, but we'll respect everyone and give them their fair dues. But there shouldn't be a team that challenges us. Not at all.
I was just about to say, who do you think your main competitors are going to be for the rest of the circuit? Because, of course, this is the first Beacon event that we have. But looking at some of the other teams, I think looking at like even the previous Beacon circuit, Barbers and Les Petits Bouffons didn't get introduced until like later down the line, did they? They weren't there from the first event. Are there any players that perhaps aren't playing here, or, you know, just looking at the teams in general, anyone that we have to be keeping our eye out for in the region?
Do you want to go, like?
I don't. There's no one on the top of my head that I can think of that was like... I think the thing about Les Petits and Barbers, it was players who like previously had VCT and VRL level, and they were, in a sense, like they have an off season, they just want to keep up their skill level. But I'd say everyone in this Beacons, nobody here has played VRL. Like I think I'm the only person here that's only played VRL. Obviously, they did great in the first season, but the point is like nobody here has experience. So it's like last season, those players were insane, and they definitely deserve to be in VRL now. But right now, I don't think there's anyone that will be in Beacons that will be like, oh, we can't beat them, or it's going to be a challenge.
Would you say that makes it more exciting in a way than the opportunity to promote into Polaris if you're able to beat those teams, then that it is a new playground, I suppose, a new level, a fresh foundation?
I think it makes it like with the teams last split, they gave you the level to perform to, so it was easier to get to it. But now it's like you're back in the doghouse, like all the big boys have left. Now it's all just the little boys just back scrapping it out. I think that's kind of why we went with Litchi as well. He's from regional, he made playoffs with Angry Titans, so we thought more experience, the higher level we will play, like fundamentally, so that will help us a lot more. I think FMG will probably be our biggest rival. We 2-0'd them in Division 1 last time, and to be fair, we ran it down on both maps. It was quite comical. Just a lack of fundamentals and a poor IGL for them, so I think that's what helped us. And they got no frag power as well, so that's even better for us because we've upgraded and they've downgraded, to be fair. So I think for us it'll be maintaining the level that we was last split, and trying to not fall down to other people's levels, what's easy on this game. And then when it comes to relegation, it's about, you know, taking it the step up now. Like every team in Polaris is a dangerous team on their day. You can see how they just flip up and down on the leaderboard. So when we play against them, it's about just being on it and giving them the respect they're due.
This time around, you guys don't have a coach. How do you think it's going to be not having that kind of infrastructure behind you? I think it's fair to say that Powell was quite helpful in some of those timeouts to just sort of reset the mental and whatnot. Do you think that could have a big effect, or are you looking for a coach, or just playing with that one?
I think Pow and Shano, something they helped with a lot was anti-stratting, especially in the Les Petits games when we played them. A lot of the reasons we were able to win a series and win a best of one against them was because of the stuff they were giving us. And obviously we're going to be missing that in this one, but I think also without them, it will also let us play a bit more freely, which can help in our benefit, especially with the players we have like Ego, Anguist, like just all of us. I think we'll be better when we're playing more free rather than being in a more structured environment.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like they gave us great stuff against Buffon. It was a lot easier when they had Brody because he's kind of stuck in his ways, so it's easier to play against. With Russ, to be fair to him, he switched it up. He was really good at his first time IGLing, so it made it a lot harder, and our info on him kind of changed a bit. But I think Powell, you know, he brought a lot of, you know, preparation for the game mentally, being right, the team environment, it was serious. You know, I think it's a big thing for these boys. They, you know, rock up to practice and scrims, and you know, they kind of like half-arse it and don't take it as a job, but want it to be a job. So I think for Powell with us, he kind of helped us like move into like you boys want it to be a job. Let's play like it is a job. And I feel like we're trying to bring that into this team, and we've took stuff off Powell. I would say with the structure in game, I don't feel like they like added too much to the table, but I feel like we'll probably be a bit better this split with our structure and how we want to play. So yeah, I think like for preparation, we're definitely going to miss out on something, and just like our mental and professionalism, we'll probably miss out a bit as well, because they just bring that with abundance. Powell's time scheduling, like everything about the mental fortitude and like your mental between the game, he's massive on it. Like if any team was to get Powell on that, like regional level or even above, they would definitely get a massive like a benefit from him. So I think that's where he's really strong.
So in some ways you've taken aspects, but you're also making the most of having certain freedoms to play the way that it is that you want, and then obviously mold that out over the split. We're pretty much done with the video. You guys have already thrown out a bucket load of ridiculous statements. Do you have any any sort of, before the event begins, this video will probably come out afterwards, like statements that may age like a fine wine or like milk? Do you want to just throw something out there? This could be about like one of the other teams, not necessarily who you think is going to win the event, but you know, just anything that's on your mind right now. Is there something cooking up behind you in the LAN hall?
I mean,
bring it in.
I don't know, like, the thing is, I think we're just going to win the event. I think if the expectation for us is to win the event flat out, if we come second, it's a failure. To us, we are by far the better team. If we don't win, like, we've done something really wrong. And I think even for Beacons, that's our expectation. Like, we want to win Beacons, and that is our expectation. If we come second, that's a failure to us. I
mean, you are seeded first, so there is that little bit of extra pressure.
There's never pressure for EPICLAN, to be fair. You're playing against your friends, you're just playing against people who you already think you're better than, so I feel the pressure's on them to actually do something against us. But yeah, first, hopefully not drop a map, but we'll see how that goes, and then just carry the momentum. We got the Insomnia qualifiers on Tuesday straight after. Some big boys, Bouffon are in there, Ascender in there, so we'll be carry the momentum from this and take them big boys down, so that would be the goal.
Boys, it's been a pleasure. Best of luck in your games.
Sweet, thank you.
That is a wrap.